What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Matt DIY how-to video. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to repair your motorhome if you don't have electricity. One day you come out, you turn on the battery switch or the power switch, and you've got no lights, no automatic steps if you have them, no electricity. Common failure, easy to fix, cheap part, probably under 20 bucks, and you can order it. I'll put the link down below. And gonna add some cool switches in here too. But anyways, let me flip you around, show you the issue, and follow along if you want to know how to fix it. All right, guys, so most motorhomes, RVs, when you walk into them from the outside, on your left or maybe on your right or somewhere here, you're going to have most likely a panel. It looks something like this. Now, this is old. This is a 1996 motorhome, but you see I got a battery switch here. And what that does is that actually connects and disconnects the house batteries. So in a motorhome, you've got your house batteries, and you've got your engine battery. So your engine battery is going to start up your engine and things like that. The house batteries runs your interior lights, your automatic steps, different things around the coach that you might have inside your RV that runs on 12 volt. So anyways, that's what this disconnect switch does. And this switch itself is not wired directly to your batteries because this switch cannot handle those kind of higher amps and things like that. So what it does is, it's actually a remote switch for the solenoid, the electronic solenoid, that kicks in the connection from your batteries to your main coach or your house interior, whatever you want to call it. So mine died. So if I turn this on, I can hear a click. I don't know if the video picks that up. You guys can probably hear that click, but it doesn't do anything. Even though it's on, I can try to activate my steps and nothing happens. They just stay there. I've got no interior lights. I've got no patio light. This is for the exterior patio light. I've got nothing. So it's all dead. So basically, what happens is my solenoid died. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut that off and bring you guys over here. So this is also subject to your particular RV. If you have a diesel, it might be in the rear. If your engine's like under the rear area or the bed, you know, you might have a solenoid back there. You might have a battery bank on the exterior of the coach in one of the side compartments that pulls out somewhere. I've seen them built into the steps, like down there underneath the step. Maybe the batteries are there. Mine are actually inside the main area of the coach itself, underneath this compartment. If I can get it with one hand, I would like to show you guys what I am talking about. Oh, almost. All right, so if we can get this to stay, maybe. All right, so here is my battery bank for the house batteries of this unit. So two fairly new batteries, only a few years old. So basically, in here is all your electrical connections for the inside, 12 volt inside of the coach. I think that's probably like a battery charger-ish going on there. And then you've got the two batteries wired in parallel. And then I have the solenoid down there. So that's my house solenoid. And there's another solenoid here that I believe is probably for, there's a button up on the dash where if your engine battery is dead, you can actually click that and use these batteries to start your engine. So I think that's probably what that one does. But they're both old and really rusty, so I'm just going to swap out both while I'm in there. But the one I'm really worried about is that one right there, because that's for the house batteries, and that's the one that is currently giving up the ghost. It's not working. So to get to it, I don't know that I can get to it with the batteries in here, but it looks like they're clamped in pretty tight. So if I don't have to move them, that would be ideal. I do have to at least move the cables out of the way. So I'm probably going to take this cable off and this cable off and see, and probably these cables here too, and see if that's enough room to get in there to service them. And then I can probably get in there and have access to it. Looks like just 2 bolts to hold it on the sidewall there. And then 2 for the battery connections and 1 for the remote wire that would engage it right on the front there. As you can see, that orange wire. So All right, so I am going to go ahead and take these cables off, as well as just create a little bit of room to get down in there. And I'll bring you guys back when I have the cables out and we have a little bit more room to get to the solenoid. Also wanted to point out that, you know, when you're in here, maybe take a picture of the top of your battery bank. That way you know where these big cables are supposed to go. You know, red to red, black to black, that type of thing. Just to make it easier whenever you're putting things back together, you know where they go and you don't have to guess. So anyways, I'm going to do that. I'm going to remove the cables, and then we will be back whenever we get a spot open in there. Guys, so we got her out. She's seen better days, as you can see. So somewhere in there it just failed, got rusty and corroded, so who knows what. Here's a new one. Looks exactly the same. I'll put a link down below in case you need to pick one up for yours. Basically just a three-post solenoid with a grounding bracket. If yours has 4 posts, the only difference is you don't have the grounding bracket, you have a grounding wire, but this goes to the frame, so grounding bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back in its place, basically do the reverse, put the wires back on, and then I will do a final look here when it's in and show you that it's working. All right, guys, that's a bit of a bear. Hopefully yours is easier. Mine's just down here in this hole. I probably could have taken the batteries out to make it a little easier, but still I had to get around the other side of this, which is the engine, to hold the bolts because they go through and they are spinning. Anyways, got the new solenoid in, all the wires, batteries reconnected, as you can see. Same with the other one. I just went ahead and swapped out both while I was in there, since they were both probably needing a swap. So anyways, now if we go over to the battery switch here, you hear that click again, right? And the interior lights are now working. And if we look outside, see my patio light is working now too. So we got battery power again, which is awesome. And my steps work and everything. So that was definitely the issue. If you're having issues in your RV where you're not getting power and your batteries are okay, it's probably just a solenoid. And it's a simple, less than $20 part. Just getting to it and replacing it might be a little difficult like it was here. Hopefully yours is a little bit easier. Last thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to swap out this switch panel right here with a cooler looking one. And that'll get the interior lights working too, because my ceiling light switch is busted as well. So gonna swap that out, and then I'll show you what that looks like, and I'll put a link down below to that too. I found a pretty cool switch here for this setup, so gonna replace those, and then I might cut in a couple times to show you how to do that, and then we'll be back. All right, guys, quick little bonus. Now that the solenoid's done, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this switch panel because I got a couple broken ones, and I just want everything to be working out fine. So we've got this new switch panel. It's got an up down for the stairs, and then I'm going to have 2 for lights in the center and the battery on the far right, and this is going to slide in here and replace that, which is going to be nice. So I got some wiring to do. I'm not going to do like a how-to on this one per se, because everybody's wiring is going to be different, but I am going to go ahead and pop it in there and show you the result at the end of the video. Alrighty, folks, as you can see, got our new switches installed. Took a little figuring out the wiring there. It's going to depend on your rig, how things are set up, but basically we got the main power switch for the battery there. Then we got our cabin lights, which now turns on the cabin light. We got the spotlight, or the exterior light, and then we got the steps. They work perfectly now, so all is well here. So that's about it. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and watching there. Hope that helped you if you don't have power in your RV and you got charged up batteries and you're wondering what's happening. It's probably your solenoid, so hopefully that helps you out. Again, could be located anywhere the batteries are, maybe somewhere else if you have a fuse bank, something like that. But they're going to be located somewhere for that switch, remote switch that's connected to them. So check those out. Use the links down below to grab some if that's your problem. pick them up cheap and what have you. Also, I'll put the link down below for that switch bank. I really like it. Worked out pretty good in here. And you can get them in all configurations. You can get them 3, 4, 6, whatever you have, if you need to replace yours. So I'll put that down below as well. Anyways, guys, hopes that helps everyone out there. Always remember to get out there, do it yourself.